Mike Hunt. Welcome to Florida DMLA's Conclave 2020 at home. We're coming to you live from Hillsborough Lodge number 25 in Tampa, the home of Paul Revere chapter, which was the first chapter in Florida. We felt that this was a fitting location for such an unprecedented time. It is now my honor and pleasure to introduce to you the State Master Counselor of the Florida Jurisdictional Chapter, Brother Samosa Ramdeen.
Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Brother Chaplain, you will lead us in prayer.
Please assume an attitude of prayer. Almighty God, we humbly invoke thy special blessing on those dedicated to doing thy holy will. We pray a special blessing on these brethren now about to be honored in thy sight, in the eyes of their fellows and the world for their devotion to the great cause represented by our order. They approach thee with no sense of vainglory or pride, but with a humility that comes from a new sense of responsibility with which these honors invest them. We thank thee, our Heavenly Father, for thy divine favors of the past, and will thy be graciously pleased to reconsecrate these whom we honor here. May they become more knightly for thee and for thy beloved country, more chivalrous for their fellow men, more valiant for DMLA in serving thee by serving thy humanity. Amen.
Amen. By the power vested in me as State Master Counselor of the Florida Jurisdictional Chapter, and by directive from the Executive Officer of Florida, I now declare this state chapter open for the purpose of conducting business. Brothers and guests, welcome to Conclave at Home 2020. This year has been a doozy and has really tested us as DMLAs. COVID-19 has been a terrible blemish on us, but we are stronger than that. We've been forced to break tradition, but still have found ways to keep ourselves active and keep the chapters moving forward via virtual meetings. The purpose of this virtual conclave is to be able to keep with tradition while finding ways to adapt to our current situation. Safety of our youth is our #1 priority, and by live streaming to you guys, we are able to provide a safe and comfortable environment for our annual summer conclave. I want to give a special thanks to Dad Clements for making it possible. He allowed us to use his company's equipment to be able to bring you this summer conclave virtually, and for that, we are grateful. At this time, we would normally welcome any distinguished guests from the varied Masonic organizations to give us any messages or comments they have prepared for us. Unfortunately, we're unable to do that, but they have prepared virtual messages for us that will be included in the Meridian Sun, set to come out this Monday, so be on the lookout for that. I now send it over to Dad Jody McGuire, our Executive Officer.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for participating in our conclave at home this year. As Samosa said, COVID has impacted every aspect of our lives throughout our society. Fraternally, we have watched many organizations throughout the Masonic fraternity and throughout the world. They have all succumbed to the virus, and a lot of them have canceled their proceedings. I'm very proud to say that DMLA is one of those organizations which has proceeded through operations, even despite the risk. I'm very proud of our DMLA chapters, our Squire Manors, our advisory councils, those who persevered even through virtual means. Just to give you a brief recap of what would have happened, in our annual session in Phoenix, Arizona. All of this was done by direction of the Grand Master. The new ISC officers are Dad Mark Bone from Georgia. The Grand Senior Counselor is Dad Vince Degano from Michigan. The Grand Junior Counselor is Dad John Sellers from Colorado. Our Grand Treasurer is Dad Greg Childs from Indiana. And our Grand Secretary is Dad Greg Kimberling from Idaho. Also, we had our installation of our new Congress officers. The International Master Counselor is Brother Brett Grimm from Nevada. And the International Congress Secretary is Brother Shane Ennis from Colorado. The DMLA honors, which were presented by Florida, were approved. They've already been announced on our Facebook page and social media, but they will also be included in our live stream later for proper recognition. I'm very proud to be serving not only as the Grand Sentinel for Dad Bone, but also as the new Region 3 representative to the DMLA Board of Directors. As such, some of my goals are to increase the communication within the jurisdictions of Region 3 and to work towards the reestablishment of the Old South Ritual Tournament. And for this, I've already had some conversations with my fellow EOs. In support of our Florida DMLA operations and everything that's going on, it is my pleasure now to have a pre-prepared video from our Grand Master, Dad Mark Bone.
Hey to all of the members of our DMLA International family in the jurisdiction of Florida. I'm sorry that you were not able to have your conclave in person, but I commend Dad Jody McGuire and his team on putting together this virtual meeting. I'm sure that this will be a fun and interesting way to conduct the business of the jurisdiction. I'm going to talk a moment about the logo and theme for this year for DMLA International. You see beside me the logo which has the words Live DMLA. This is to serve as a reminder to each of you that you should strive to live by the lessons and morals that are a part of our organization, which is a strong foundation on which to build your lives. Are you living up to the values represented by the Bible, the flag, and the school books? The morals of the 7 cardinal virtues: love of parents, reverence for sacred things, courtesy, comradeship, fidelity, cleanness, and patriotism, and by the ideals of faith and toleration. Remember the final admonition of the Master Counselor in the 4th section of the DMLA degree, which reads, "Our order is based on service and not mere empty forms. Your merit will be measured by the extent to which you carry these lessons into your daily lives and translate those lessons and examples into service to the world." As you see me throughout the year, I may ask you, are you living DMLA? The correct response is every day, in every way. Shortly, I and the International Congress officers will have a small gift for you when you respond to this question correctly. The decisions you make every day, while they may seem small and insignificant, have an impact on the type of individual that you will be in the future. The decision to do your homework or not, or to go to a DMLA meeting or not, or to further your education in a college or trade school or not, all help to contribute to the type of person you are going to be and the success that you will enjoy. So make sure that the decisions you make support who you want to be and what you want to do. I'm sure you are concerned, as I am, with the unrest our nation is facing. And outside of agitators, this is due in large part to a lack of respect and courtesy. Isn't it appropriate that one of our cardinal virtues is courtesy? Since courtesy that is natural and not assumed is born of respect, we have ideally included respect for one another in our cardinal virtues through our 3rd candle. This should point out to you quite vividly that DMLA is as relevant today as it was in 1919. Finally, I want you young men of DMLA in Florida to know how proud I am of you. I have been following the fantastic things you are doing in Florida. Continue to be the shining example to the world of what our youth could and should be. The way that you live DMLA makes me proud every day in every way. Thank you, and God bless each and every one of you.
Tell who to unmute. Samosa, you need to unmute yourself, please.
Good afternoon, my brothers, and all guests in attendance. This year has definitely been one for the history books. As an order, we were faced with many challenges, the likes of which we've never seen. But together as DMLAs, we found ways to overcome and look at the order from new angles to find our way to stay on top. DMLA was born during a pandemic, and we will survive through this one. Myself and my predecessors have all faced a common obstacle: membership. Florida DMLA has struggled with reaching our goal of positive growth for several years now. In 2020, we will have a whopping 104 majorities among our 23 chapters. To achieve positive growth this year, we would need to initiate 129 new members. So far, we have initiated 25 new brothers. That works out to one per chapter on average. It all starts with one. If every chapter initiates one more, we would easily reach 50 new members, and one more, and we would hit 75. I'm confident that each chapter will rise to the occasion. Membership is all about momentum. One new member turns into two, two into four, and so on. It all just starts with one. This year, we relaunched the ALTA program, Advanced Leadership Training Academies. The state line wanted a way to help teach and nurture our younger DMLAs to become the future leaders of our order, and we realized that a lot of our brothers were rising through the ranks without the proper know-how or experience to properly perform in those positions. The state line, with the help of the executive staff, redeveloped the ALTA program. The goal of this program was to develop our DMLAs, both new and old, into the new leaders of Florida DMLA. The Deputy State Master Counselor and I traveled to each district and presented the ALTAs in person, and I'm proud of the work we accomplished. This year has been tough on all of us. We have faced a problem that we never could have imagined in the form of a global pandemic. Yet, through it all, our order found a way to persevere and push through the restrictions and guidelines, and always found a way to come out on top. Statewide, the chapter switched over to video calling platforms to host their meetings. Dad Hillier hosted virtual JBU classes every Thursday for the DMLAs to continue learning, and the state line hosted Fortnite games for the DMLAs to come play. Despite our challenges, we found a new way for DMLA to survive and keep our brothers in contact with one another. Our brothers' bond outmatched this pandemic, and we found a way to strive. My brothers, we still have many challenges ahead, whether it be growing our membership or the uncertainty of this virus. But one thing that we can count on is that we, as DMLAs, will always find a way to strive and get stuff done. Thank you all for everything you've done this term to strengthen Florida DMLA. It has been my honor and privilege to serve you as State Master Counselor. I wish Brendan all the best as he leads Florida DMLA into our centennial year. Brothers Brendan and Wade will now shed some light on the future of Florida DMLA.
Thank you, Bruce. The word infinity means there is no end, with many opportunities. DMLA was started over 100 years ago to help young men grow and prosper into successful young adults. The need from long ago still holds true today and will continue for generations to come. As a DMLA, you are part of this great opportunity, growth, and knowledge. You feel you can say hello to everyone you see. You feel the community knows the great things your chapter does. You feel valued in your chapter at school and among your friends. To help you with all of this and more, we have an exciting new version and philosophy called the Infinity Project. This is a way of ensuring success for your chapter and your DMLA experience. It is comprised of 4 modules to use in your daily lives and of the course of DMLA. This will guide you to value, engage, share, and build your relationships with you and your chapter may be already practicing, and will give you additional tools to help move your chapter to be more successful. These 4 modules, if used regularly by our DMLA advisors, will take us to the next 100 years and beyond. This is a way to ensure that we are all working together to better each other, the world, and DMLA. We will go into great detail how this will help you now and for the rest of your life. We have 3 dates in the coming weeks, one on Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. The dates are on the screen now. Choose one or all of them.
Hey, Brendan and Wade, just so you know, we're having a hard time hearing Wade. So if you guys could share the microphone, that would be great. I really would like it if you go back and start that part over, because we're having a hard time hearing anything that Wade is saying, and it's kind of muffled.
Which part? All of it. The whole thing? The word infinity means there is no end, and with many opportunities. DMLA was started over 100 years ago to help young men grow and prosper into successful adults. The need from long ago still holds true today and will continue for generations to come. As a DMLA, you are a part of this great opportunity, growth, and knowledge.
Do you feel you can say hello to everyone you see? Do you feel your community knows the great things your chapter does? Do you feel valued in your chapter at school and among your friends?
To help you with all of this and more, we have an exciting new version or new vision and philosophy called the Infinity Project. This is a way of ensuring success for your chapter and your DMLA experience. It is comprised of 4 modules to use in your daily lives and the course in DMLA. This will guide you to value, engage, share, and build relationships with you, which you and your chapter may be already practicing, and will give you additional tools to help move your chapter to more success. These 4 modules, if used regularly by our DMLAs or by our DMLA and advisors, will take us to the next 100 years and beyond. This is a way to ensure that we all are working together to better each other and the world and DMLA. We will go into great detail how this will help you now and for the rest of your life. We have 3 dates in the coming weeks, one on Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. The dates are on the screen now. Choose one or all of them. There is a lot of information in there for everyone, DMLA, advisors, and supporters. And now we introduce Mama Athena. If we didn't have her, really none of this would really be happening.
Hi guys, it's really great to be here with you, and I have the pleasure and the honor to have Dad Rusty Glendenning here with me, who is celebrating his 49th conclave. Can you believe that? Isn't that like the most incredible thing you've ever heard? Yay, Dad Rusty. I wanted to talk to you guys about something very close and dear to my heart. As I sit in this room right here and I watch the love and compassion that is putting this together, it's probably one of the most moving things that you'd ever see. Dad Rusty, in the 49 years you've been a DMLA, have you ever seen anything like this?
Not at all.
This is true love and dedication to this order. There is an award that is presented every year at the discretion of the conclave director, and Dad Rusty always has the title and honor of presenting it. Will you say it for me, please?
The Dad Curtis F. Archer Conclave Director Participation Award, sponsored by the ancient and accepted Scottish Rite of the Southern Jurisdiction in the Orient of Florida.
This award is normally presented to the DMLA chapter that has been the most active and conclave. But what we're going to do this year with Dad Rusty's approval is we're going to present it to each and every one of you that attend today's conclave. Please know that we will soon be together in the future, and we're going to have one incredible conclave. Hold me to that. But right now, this award belongs to each of you. Cherish it, love it, and let your light shine bright, guys, because you truly are the difference. Now, Dad Rusty, we have the honor of presenting a couple of awards. Can you help me?
Sure.
Okay, the first one we want to do is the Puzzle Award, and Dad Jody implemented this award a while back, and he thought it would be kind of cool if we could represent changes that people make in their lives and accomplishments they do. So I get to do some, and Dad Rusty's going to help me do some. The first one I get to do is a young man that I have known long before he was even here with us, probably since the beginning of his time, and that would be Mr. Christian McGuire. Christian, could you come with here for a minute, please? Or Dad Rusty. Christian, I have the pleasure of presenting to you, if I can find it. Thank you. This puzzle piece. And if sitting there talking to you and watching you grow up to be the incredible young man in DMLA you are, I know that this world is in store of great, great things. And I'm so proud of you, as I know your family is. Thank you for all you have done, all you will do. And God, you rock. Thank you, sweetie. All right, Dad Rusty, your turn.
The second puzzle piece goes to our incoming State Master Counselor, Brother Brendan Jackson. Brendan, I symbolically give you this piece of the puzzle, and I trust that during your year as State Master Counselor, you will find many other pieces to fit with that puzzle, and when your year is complete, the puzzle will be complete for you to pass down to your successor. Good luck, Brendan. You've got a lot of support behind you if you need it. Just let us know.
The third one we'd like to present goes to someone who's very near and dear to my heart, Brother Samosa Ramdeen. Samosa, it has been such a pleasure and honor to watch you grow up and become the young man that you are. You have brought so much to the table, so much to our order with your love, compassion, and dedication, and I am so, so proud of you, as I'm sure everyone else who knows you is. With this piece of puzzle, remember, just like Dad Rusty said, it's the beginning of the end and the beginning of the beginning. So every day in every way, God bless you.
Our last piece of the puzzle goes to our incoming Deputy State Master Counselor, Brother Wade Spigner. Brother Wade, just as Jacques de Molay had his Joffrey de Chanray, or Guy of Auvergne as we old-timers call him, you will become that to your State Master Counselor. You will assist him during his year to help complete his puzzle and also to start the completion of your puzzle. Good luck during your travels for the year. Look forward to seeing you at Summer Conclave 2021.
Well, guys, that's about all we have to say other than we miss you, we love you, we're looking forward to seeing you, stay strong, and de Molay, yay. We do have the honor of saying thank you very much, and we'd like to introduce our state sweetheart at this time. Bye, guys.
Florida de Molay, for the strange few months we've been through. Since we last parted ways at Minnie, the world has changed and shifted in ways no one could have predicted. Growing up, the only people who wore masks were doctors and kids on Halloween. Now it's become the new normal. Even if that means we can't have our normal conclave, it's worth it to protect de Molay family and friends. I know this isn't the ideal year. We were all excited for events like Cotillion, Springfest, Conclave, and more. Many plans and ideas were scrapped, with our new rules and guidelines mandated for our health and safety. But this shouldn't discourage us. Instead, this should push us to make the next statewide function the best it can be. We cannot dwell on past events and opportunities missed. So why not focus on tomorrow, on the future of Florida de Molay? Together we can make a massive comeback after this pandemic passes, and imagine how great it would be to laugh, grow, and plan and build together, bettering ourselves, our organization, and each other. Thank you for electing me as your state sweetheart. Sadly, my dreams for this term couldn't happen. There was so much I had planned for a conclave, but I won't dwell on it. I'll remember all the fun times we had at Minnie. The game night I arranged was a hit, and seeing so many young men from different jurisdictions and chapters bond and become friends truly warmed my heart. I know all my de Molays will go above and beyond in whatever they choose to do in life, and I can't wait to see you all in person once this pandemic passes. Thank you for all the love, friendship, and support that I have received. Many of my closest friends have come from this organization, and I have no clue how I'd manage without them. Thank you to the advisors that care more about their boys than they do themselves. You give your time, efforts, and heart, and I thank you for that. Thank you to Samosa for being my partner in crime this year. I know we didn't plan for everything to happen this way, but we still got through it alive. I know you'll do great things in life. Thank you to my home chapter, where my brother was a charter member, and where Foursquare is an indoor game, Lake Sumter chapter. You guys have indeed been the coolest big brothers to grow up with, and I'm so proud of all of you. You guys are my family. A special thanks to Dad Lynn. You never hesitate to offer a word of advice, kindness, or trust. You have the wisdom of an owl and the heart of a lion. Thank you for always remembering my birthday and for everything you do. Most of all, thank you to my dad for always being my chauffeur and my biggest cheerleader. I know you thought your time with de Molay ended when Barron aged out, but then I roped you into helping Lake Sumter all those years ago. Look at me now. Thank you for giving yourself to service and never thinking twice about it. I do not know what is next to come, but I know whatever it may be, Florida de Molay will rise and conquer all obstacles in the way. Do what you want. Stand up for what you believe. And don't let anybody tell you you can't do what you put your mind to. Strong minds discuss ideas. Average minds discuss events. Weak minds discuss people. Thank you, Florida DMLA. This is Natasha Kleinbach, State Sweetheart 2019-2020, signing off.
I now have the pleasure of announcing these dedicated brothers that have earned their Representative DMLA in 2020. Anthony McIntosh, Anclote Chapter. Carter Uribe, Bahia Chapter. Stone Perry, First Coast Chapter. Dylan Baumgardner, Anclote Chapter. And Gabriel Negron, South Seminole Chapter. Congratulations, brother. These are the dedicated brothers that have earned their lamp of knowledge in 2020. Zachary Berger, Manatee Chapter. Carter Uribe, Bahia Chapter. Stone Perry, First Coast Chapter. James Jenkins, South Seminole Chapter. Liam Negron, South Seminole Chapter. Ethan Van de Wale, South Seminole Chapter. Aiden O'Brien, South Seminole Chapter. Liam O'Brien, South Seminole Chapter. Austin Abernathy, Seattle and Pattison Chapter. Eric Ronald, Seattle and Pattison Chapter. Elijah Jason, Seattle Pattison Chapter. And John Hillier V, Paul Revere Chapter. And now these are our membership awards. Our first line signers include Daniel De Jesus, Anclote Chapter. Nicholas Ramdeen, Bahia Chapter. Jonathan Van Gundy, Seattle and Pattison Chapter. John Ellis, Dale Chapman. Andrew Tingler, Dale Chapman Chapter. Brett Jolly, First Coast Chapter. Henry Gunter, First Coast Chapter. Sean Davis, Hurlburt Chapter. James Jenkins, South Seminole Chapter. And Joel Chansey, West Side Chapter. These are Defender of Florida DMLA awards. Nicholas Ramdeen, Bahia Chapter. Sean Davis, Hurlburt Chapter. Oh, sorry, I got the names wrong. Christian McGuire, Paul Revere Chapter. Austin Abernathy, Seattle and Pattison Chapter. And Sean Lopez II, Jupiter Tequesta Chapter. And we do have a key. Sean Lopez II, Jupiter Chapter. Congratulations, brothers. With the virus halting our in-person activity, DMLA was forced to find new means to keep our members and chapters active, whether it be virtual meetings or the online JBU classes. The state line decided to host a weekly Fortnite game, open to all brothers. Now, the original plan was to host a tournament, being bracketed up until Conclave. While we did not have a full-blown tournament, I still see what we achieved as an absolute win. We were able to get brothers together every week for fun and games, and it really brought us together and strengthened our ever-growing bonds. Even brothers from out of state came to participate. In the future, I see these games as being a key to consistent DMLA activities and keeping brothers active, and acting as means of enjoying each other's company outside the chapter walls. I now have the DMLA Quarantine Awards, fun awards for this quarantine time. DMLA of the Quarantine. This person has been very active during this quarantine time. This young man has attended his chapter meetings as well as every JBU class training. The winner is Henry Gunter from First Coast Chapter. Squire of the Quarantine. This squire went to the store and purchased essential items and handed out bags with the items everyone needed and gave these bags to his neighbors. The winner is Mason Williams from King Arthur Manor. Advisor of the quarantine. This advisor was very busy during this quarantine in leading our JVUs. The winner is Dad John Hilliard. Virtual fun event of the quarantine. This chapter met each week and always had a fun game to play. The winner of this is Bahia chapter. Chapter event of the quarantine. This chapter held their Parents' Day observance and invited the International Master Counselor to perform the Flower Talk. The winner of this is Paul Revere chapter. And now, chapter of the quarantine. This chapter was very busy and active. They made ear guards for the face masks to protect the ears of our first responders and so many more. They donated, but not limited to, Shriners Hospital in Tampa, Shriners International, Florida DeMolay, as well as DeMolay International. This chapter also had fun with game nights too, with Star Wars trivia on May 4th. On May the 4th be with you. The winner is C. Allen Patterson chapter. Manor of the quarantine. This Squire Manor was very busy with donating funds to various first responders in their area. They had business meetings and earned their awards for their Squire Manor, awards for their Squire pins, and had a pool party where they even snagged a prospect. The winner is South Seminole Squire Manor. It is now time to reveal our chapter of the year. This chapter earned points having meetings, initiations, fun events, and attending many functions. They earned a total of 16,400 points. And the winner of chapter of the year is First Coast chapter. Congratulations, guys. Now, Dad Jody will present the honors and awards.
You're watching our social media as we move forward, as we're live streaming. This is a first for all of us. And I'm very happy to have gotten the message that, with the message that all of us need to be initiating that just one more, we've already received a Form 10 this morning from C. Allen Patterson chapter. That's incredible. And I congratulate you and I thank you for your dedication to membership. And I say, bring it on. Let's keep it going. As the executive officer, I can honestly say that the tasks presented to you are at times challenging. But there's also a lot of reward as well. One of the most rewarding aspects of the position is being able to recognize people, your members and your volunteers, offering a well-deserved attaboy for a job well done. It now becomes my distinct pleasure to recognize those individuals who have been elected by the International Supreme Council as designates for our honors. (2020), Brother Ross Bednar from Lake Sumter chapter. Brother Terry Bibbins from Manatee County chapter. Brother James Cole from Dale Chapman chapter. Brother Connor Guimond from Dale Chapman chapter. Brother Sean King from Dale Chapman chapter. Brother Michael Kruger from Lake Sumter chapter. I can't see that one. Brother Nick McIntosh from Anclote chapter. Brother Tom Newton from Paul Revere and A. Coyle chapter. Brother Wade Spagner from Edward K. Walker chapter. Next are the active Legion of Honor inductees. Dad Richard Berger from Manatee County chapter. Dad Robert D. Davidson chapter, nominated by Paul Revere. Brother Ronald E. Dowdy, nominated by Bahia. Brother Barry E. Dupree, nominated by Paul Revere. Dad Edward J. Mayfield from Lake Sumter chapter. Dad Jim Pelham from First Coast chapter. Dad Gary from Sarasota chapter. I'm not even going to try for his last name. For honorary Legion of Honor, we have Dad Tali Atala, who is currently the Grand Monarch for the Grottos of North America. And for the Cross of Honor 2020, we have, my screen went away. For the Cross of Honor, we have Dad Chop Boterford, recommended by the jurisdiction of Florida. We have Dad Hillary Cowart from John Wayne chapter. We have Mom Jenny Cowart from John Wayne chapter. We have Dad Keith Hartless from George Julie Lord chapter. We have Dad Randy Kloss from Greater Titusville chapter. Dad Nathan Wilson, from South Seminole chapter. Dad Andrew Wormington from C. Allen Patterson chapter. And Dad Bill Yarborough from Antelope chapter. I'd like to congratulate each of these designates and thank them for all of their dedicated service to DMLA. One of the most difficult tasks as executive officer and working with the executive staff of Florida is narrowing down those awards and honors that have a limit. We can really nominate the number that we want to from our jurisdiction for the DMLA honors. But several of the awards that we have to give, like the Advisor of the Year and the DMLA of the Year, etc., can only have one, some of them even two. But it gives me great pride to go through the nomination packages and be able to work with my executive staff and select our people for honor. First and foremost is the Advisor of the Year, Dad Lou Gavreau from First Coast Chapter. Dad Lou, your name has been presented to DMLA International. You will be receiving your regalia in the mail. Next is the Distinguished Service Award, which is kind of like a Lifetime Achievement Award for active DMLAs. I can only select 2 across the jurisdiction at any given calendar year. And so whenever we come to Conclave, I try to give 2 of the most outstanding based on the nomination packages that I received. And this year I have 2 very distinguished brothers. Brother Riley Homan from First Coast Chapter and Brother John Caldwell from Walter Fishback Chapter. And last but certainly not least, we have the infamous Eagle, the DMLA of the Year trophy, which we still have to figure out how we need to get it to this young man because the trophy itself is quite sizable. The DMLA of the Year chosen by the executive staff for the jurisdiction of Florida this year is Brother Gabriel Negron from South Seminole Chapter. To all of these brothers, I thank you for your dedicated service. I give you a very, very warm thank you and hats off to you, and I encourage you to keep on going.
My brothers, this year has truly been an honor for me. The experience I've had, the friends I've made, the memories I've created, they all will hold a special place in my heart from this day on. Being a state master counselor is not a job that is easily explained. It's an experience that one has to go through in order to truly understand what it means to lead this order. And that wouldn't have been possible for me if it wasn't for everyone here today. I'm proud to call myself a DMLA, and I would do anything for this order to strive. DMLA was there for me when I needed it most. It helped me through tough times, gave me a purpose when I thought I had none. This order was always there for me when I needed it, and it will always be here for you when you need it. I'm confident together with all my brothers we can help DMLA last in the next 100 years. These past few months have been tough on all of us. The virus has kept us locked away from our brothers, but if there's one thing DMLA proved, it's that not even a pandemic can stop us. We will always find a way to keep this order from being run into the ground. It's kind of like a drill. We evolved past the person we were a minute before. Little by little, we're always advancing forward, and so is DMLA. As we evolve further into tomorrow, this order advances with us. It adapts and becomes stronger in its environment, and together, this order will never fall. If there's a wall in our way, then we smash it down. If there isn't a path, then we carve one ourselves. The magma of our souls burns with a mighty flame, and as the ceremonial light states, it's our purpose as DMLAs to reach into the innermost depths of another soul and light his flame. I want to acknowledge a few people before I go. Firstly, I want to thank my parents for everything they've done for me. All they've given me since gaining this opportunity is unconditional love and support, and I couldn't have done it without them. I also want to thank the Bahia chapter. No matter how high you move up in life, you never forget your roots. In 2015, I was initiated to Bahia chapter, and to this day, that is the place I call home. They're my family, and I can't thank them enough for all the support and guidance my brothers and advisors of the chapter have given me. On top of that, I want to thank Dad Jody and the executive staff. This team has always been there for me whenever I was lost and confused and felt like I couldn't keep on going. Being behind the scenes on the executive staff, they don't get the recognition they deserve, and trust me, they deserve it. They dragged me to the finish line and gave me everything I need in order to help you guys push this order in the right direction. They were my backbone through all of this, and I can't thank them enough. Brendan and Wade, you guys have been given an extraordinary opportunity that only comes once in a lifetime. But I have nothing but the utmost confidence in you two. I know together you guys will do great things, and as I step down, I'm leaving this order in perfect hands. A bit of advice for you two: don't stop. No matter how hard it gets, you gotta believe in yourself. When I first ran for SMC, I said that if you can't believe in yourself, don't. Believe in the me that believes in you. While that is true, it only gets you so far. You have to be able to believe in yourself. Not in the you who believes in me, not in the me who believes in you. Believe in the you who can believe in yourself. While that may seem confusing now, as time goes on, it will all become clear. Also, write your articles. It's not that difficult. I'm proud of you guys and proud to call you my brothers. With that being said, it's about time my watch ends. Thank you all for the opportunities you have given me by electing me for your State Master Counselor for the past term. Now all that's left for me is to return to the ranks where I can enjoy and cherish my last year as an active DMLA. Thank you.
Brother State Master Counselor-elect, please remove your collar. Brother Jackson, you have been chosen to the honorable office of State Master Counselor of the Florida Jurisdictional Chapter. I need not remind you that, as your title suggests, you are the leader of the body. You are not to be arrogant or dictatorial. Rather, you are to lead those who follow you gladly because you have proved your willingness to listen to counsel as well as give it. It is your duty to preside at all meetings and to perform all duties which naturally pertain to such an office or which may divulge upon you from time to time. Before taking this office, however, we must hear from you a public declaration. Are you ready to make this declaration?
I am.
Then you'll place both hands upon the Holy Bible. Do you promise to follow in the footsteps of Jacques de Molay should service and duty demand it?
I do.
Do you promise upon your honor as a de Molay that you will demand of each member clean living, high respect for parents, and deference to womanhood?
I do.
Do you promise that you will be just while deciding between one brother and another?
I do.
Do you promise that you will at all times obey the rules and regulations of DMLA International?
I do.
Do you promise that you will obey the laws of your city, state, and country and always deserve the reputation and character of a good citizen?
I do.
Do you promise that you will aid the distressed and weary and never permit a brother to go in need?
I do.
Do you promise that you will endeavor to aid the members of this chapter to a greater realization of their duties to our beloved country?
I do.
Do you promise that you will at all times obey the statutes and orders of DMLA International?
I do.
Do you promise that you will never permit a meeting to close without a word of prayer for your mother, your father, and your country's welfare?
I do.
Do you promise that you will see that both degrees of this order are conferred at least once during your term of office?
I do.
Do you promise that you will, to the best of your ability, provide for the observance of the obligatory days falling within your term of office?
I do.
Do you now declare that you will uphold the public school system and hold it to be a bulwark of our citizenship?
I do.
Then you will seal your promises by kissing the Holy Bible. And as we symbolically place this collar of gold upon your shoulders, you will arise the State Master Counselor of the Florida Jurisdictional Chapter.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Brother Deputy State Master Counselor-elect. Brother Spigner, you are now to be installed Deputy State Master Counselor of the Florida Jurisdictional Chapter. You have been elected by your brethren to the second highest office in their gift, and it will be your duty to preside in the absence of the State Master Counselor. It is necessary, therefore, that you be fully qualified to fill not only your own particular station, but also that of your immediate superior. Your station in the east is to the left of the State Master Counselor. For the State Master Counselor, you will collar the Deputy State Master Counselor.
As I place this collar of gold around your neck. Rise. Deputy State Master Counselor, Florida Jurisdictional DUI.
In the name and under the authority of DLA International, I declare the officers of the Florida Jurisdictional Chapter duly and regularly installed.
Thank you. There you go, baby.
For the State Master Counselor, the floor is yours.
To my brothers, advisors, and guests, it is an honor to serve you and DMLA Florida. I am so excited to be the Centennial State Master Counselor. This year has had its challenges. They are something that we as DMLAs will overcome. We need to focus on fellowship. I know it is hard to get together with one another in person right now, but having meetings over Zoom is a viable option until we can practice that fellowship in person again. If you need help setting up Zoom, please contact me. I am more than happy to help a brother in need. One of my goals for this centennial year is to initiate 100 new brothers into our order. With this being the centennial year in Florida, each new brother will receive a centennial pin along with a signed certificate from the state line officers. We need to keep these new brothers as involved in the chapter activity as much as we can, giving them roles of importance and instilling in them what it means to be a brother in this order. This means encouragement and praise when they do good and help whenever they need it. The state line will develop a buddy system to link up a new brother with an established brother, to be his mentor and to be a source of guidance and knowledge. It is also a goal of mine to encourage travel when available amongst districts to help support chapter and district level events, be it fun events, fundraisers, initiations, installations, and even ritual and sports competitions between chapters. I personally will do my best to travel to as many of these functions as possible. We will be encouraging members to participate in the Ritual Excellence Program, which will improve your public speaking and ritual ability in your chapter, district, state, and life beyond. This will be starting at the top with us as state line officers, doing our best to provide a standard to follow for all ritual performance and competitions at the state, district, and chapter level. You can anticipate this information to be dispersed via the district master counselors and provided by them to each chapter and their respective district. The DMCs are responsible for getting with each chapter to answer any questions that the chapter may have or any assistance that they may need. I encourage each chapter to provide an updated calendar to their DMCs so that planning can be made by other chapters to coordinate to be in attendance for supporting or helping other chapters. Hold on one second, I'm having a moment. Or helping during these events. If for any reason you do not receive any information or have difficulty contacting your DMC, please bring this to my attention so this can be addressed and resolved in a timely fashion. The state will be offering 3 obligatory days so that those wishing to travel for participation and fellowship can plan accordingly to be in attendance. Our devotional day will be on Saturday, March 20th, 2021. And we will be traveling to the Masonic home located in St. Petersburg, Florida. I am asking each chapter to make cards that we can give out to the residents of the home. We have planned the My Government Day observance that will begin Friday, June 25th, 2021, and conclude on Saturday, June 26th, 2021. This will include a guided tour of the State Capitol building on the 25th, followed by a lock-in that night at Jackson Lodge No. 1 here in Tallahassee, Florida. Fun events and dinner will be held at the lodge following the conclusion of the tour. I look forward to seeing as many of you as possible and have a large number of DMLAs present at our state capitol. Educational Day will fall into My Government Day event in Tallahassee, as this will be an educational and enriching experience for all. I have chosen my charity to be Shriners Hospital for Children. I personally believe that they provide life-changing care to a child in need. This charity provides aid for children facing orthopedic conditions, burns, spinal cord injury, cleft lip, palate. They help children reach their potential and lead more fulfilling lives. The theme for this DeMolay, Florida Centennial Year is 100 Years and Counting. We must look to those who came before us and their accomplishments in the past 100 years, and we must build on their success for the next 100 years. In closing, I hope this message finds you, my brothers, and your families doing well during these difficult times that we find ourselves in. My wish is for you and your families to continue to stay safe, my brothers. I look forward to seeing you and your families soon. If myself or any member of my state line can be of any assistance to you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Remember, we are all in this together. Let us work together to share DeMolay and initiate 100 new members and take DeMolay, Florida forward for the next 100 years. Let us believe in our theme, 100 years and counting, and take inspiration from the words of our brother Walt Disney. When you believe in a thing, believe in it all the way, implicitly and unquestionable. God bless us and the Order of DeMolay. So our committee chairman is going to be, for membership, it's going to be Riley Holman and Christian McGuire. Ritual is going to be Gabriel Negron and Stone Perry.
Sports committee is going to be Maximus Communication committee.
We can't hear Wade. We can't hear Wade.
Yes, sir. Sports is going to be Max Misbell from Ed Walker. Communication will be Henry Gunter from First Coast. Fundraising committee is going to be Brother Wade Spigner and Zach Berger. Our JBU committee chair is going to be Jared Hobbs from Excambia and Henry Gunter. Our social media is going to be Dylan Sutherland and Sebastian Rosario. Our Centennial Committee is going to be Wade Spigner. Honors and Awards is going to be Tracy Hobbs and Aaron King. Legislative Review is Gabriel Negron and Nathaniel Archibald.
Is it me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, cool. All right, so it now becomes my usual pleasure at the closing banquet when we're doing all these awards and announcements to present our outgoing State Master Counselor with his past State Master Counselor jewel. Samosa, it's coming for you. Right now I've got it, but it's coming for you. Also, as we're wrapping this up, we completely understand that there's been some technical glitches and all this kind of stuff. We're fine with that. You know what? This is Florida. We're very laid back. Everyone who's been here knows this. We go with the flow. We get the job done. That's what we do. So my appreciation goes out to everybody who has given us just a little bit of patience, to use Mama Athena's word, a little bit of flexibility. And I am very proud of the team that has pulled this off. It's been great. With that said, I would like to call, I know he's going to kill me for this, Dad Bob Clements to come over here for just a moment, please. And also Felix Torres, if you can come over here too. You can step away for just a moment. I dropped it. It's okay. I would like to present both of you, pan up, with the DeMolay Medal of Appreciation for all of your efforts and all of your hard work in putting this together. Bob, thank you. Dad Clements, Felix, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Additionally, I have 2 more medals of appreciation that I'd also like to give to Mom and Dad Blankenship, if you wouldn't mind coming over here. Oh, too bad. They said they do mind. I must say that I consider myself an idea guy. I take very great pride in a lot of the things that are coming out from our team, but I cannot tell you the number of times that I get emails saying that somebody is waiting on Zoom, somebody is waiting on whatever. And Mom and Dad Blankenship are always the ones who are working with the guys. Come here.
No, I'll take
No, he can. He's panned up. And I want to thank both of you for all that you do for everything. I know the Medal of Appreciation it pales in comparison to the amount of work that you guys do, but it is a token of my esteem and my appreciation, and I thank you both for all that you do. You're right, that was not in the script. I would like to offer my congratulations to the newly installed officers, Brendan and Wade. I look forward to working with you. Same thing to Samosa. I know that the term turned weird when we all went into quarantine. We do what we always do. We made it work, and that's basically what DMLA does. DMLA has shown its ability to think outside the box and operate outside the box, even in such a thing as COVID-19. Never would I have thought that we would be here handling Conclave virtually. I've been around DMLA for 29 years, and I can tell you, this is obviously a first for me. It's a first for Dad Rusty too. And Dad Rusty called me yesterday and said, "What time should I be there?" He said, this will be my 49th conclave. I don't intend to miss this one. So he said, "What time do I show up?" So Dad Rusty's sitting over here in the wings. I know you can't see him, but you saw him earlier. And Dad Rusty, hats off to you. Thank you for being here and for your dedicated support for so long that we've had the pleasure of working with you in Florida DMLA. In January of 2019, the state staff released documents which will guide our development, a jurisdictional management plan, and a set of executive officer directives and standard operating procedures for the jurisdiction to follow. This is really our North Star. This is what will set the scene for our current and our future success, and this is what we are all trying to strive to meet. This is what has prompted and inspired our Infinity Project. The jurisdictional program begins to each one of us in Florida DMLA, and I challenge each of our youth members to strive to meet his own level of excellence and success. I understand that we have a slide on dates. There we go. We're going to be doing Infinity training. I think this was already announced, but we're going to do Infinity training for the project on Monday, July 28th, Thursday, July 30th, and Sunday, August 2nd. And I encourage everyone within the Florida DMLA family to tune in. It will be live on Zoom. We're going to be going through some different things, and we're going to be making some great progress as we move forward out of our conclave at home. There's been a lot of preparation and a lot of work going into this conclave. Now that it's done, we can shift and start working on the next steps. Just to give you a little bit of an update, we are having some staff changing in the jurisdiction. First and foremost, the personal representative of District 5, which is the Sarasota, Manatee County, Venice, that area, western Florida, will now be Dad Andrew Glukoff. Dad Glukoff, congratulations. He's actually over here as well. We are officially launching the Jacksonville, Duval area as a district unto itself. Dad Lou Gavreau, who is our advisor of the year, he is my personal representative in that area, and Brother Riley Homan is going to be the district master counselor. So I know both of them have already been working behind the scenes trying to get a lot of momentum and things between the now 2 chapters in Jacksonville, and we have about 3 other areas of interest in that same district. So we look for great things coming out of that area. Announced at Mini Conclave, our Director of Ancillary Programs, which is Mom April Blankenship. Ancillary programs involve Squires, Sweethearts, and Parents Clubs. And Mom April has already worked with each of these ancillary programs to build teams to promote, build, and strengthen these programs. So we look forward to great things coming there too. I am also retiring the position of the Director of Membership Development. This was a decision that was made by myself with the assistance of our state staff, because what we're trying to do is elevate membership to an executive staff level. It needs the promotion, it needs the attention, it needs the resources all the resources we can pull together from our jurisdiction. And so what we're doing instead is we are appointing Dad Mike Blankenship as my assistant executive officer for membership. And that is going to cover everything under membership, which includes the new member orientation. It's going to include the member experience, communications, that kind of thing. So Dad Mike is also going to be pulling together some teams to help him, because you can't do it all alone. I do thank my state staff, my great team that we have in Florida DMLA on the adult side as well as the youth side. It really is fantastic, and it's a pleasure to work with you. My assistant executive officers, I've mentioned them already. Dad Anthony is going to be focusing more on compliance with the SOP and directives, regulatory issues, that kind of thing. And Dad Mike will focus on member experience, etc. And Dad John will continue with education and training. It's going to work out very well. With the Infinity Project, we're going to be working on new member orientations, and we're going to be doing things from the state level to assist the chapters that may or may not be able to. We're working on developing some funds and some programs to benefit our Masonic referrals and our alumni referrals. These young men who are out there, who are relatives of our senior DMLAs and relatives of our sponsoring Masons, we have funds now that are able to cover their initiation fees at their chapters. So we've got a lot of great stuff coming up. As you can see, there's a lot of moving parts. And as I've said a lot of times during my tenure as the executive officer, it's like turning a cruise ship. Every little step that we make in the right direction is helping to build DMLA in Florida. I find it very inspirational at this point to start looking at, especially with COVID and everything else, but we're living in tumultuous times. And I'm drawn to the words of the ceremony of light. Yet we live in troubled times, when the bulwarks of the Bible, flag, and school books are in danger of sinking into the waste of doubt and uncertainty. When these 7 glorious precepts may not be the most coveted standards upon which to base one's life. When trust and justice and brotherhood may not be considered the most virtuous of qualities. And if we as DMLAs do not stand unswervingly for the defense of the teachings of our order, if we do not seek to perpetuate them into our daily lives, then perhaps these flames shall be extinguished, muted in the shadows, and darkness shall inherit the land. Yet each of you, as a DMLA, holds within your heart a flame, a beacon to guide you through the darkness. If you can make this light shine upon another, if you can reach into the innermost depths of his soul and set his flame afire, then therein lies the purpose of the Order of DMLA, and therein lies your purpose for living. My brothers, as always, you make me proud. I'm very happy to be able to bring you this conclave at home, working out all the deals that we're able to deal, all the awards, all the recognitions that are given absolutely for dedicated service. You make me proud, and I am extremely proud to serve as your executive officer, and I thank you for all the good works that you do. It now becomes my absolute pleasure to turn it over to our most worshipful Grand Master, Tommy Turlington, for a few words of greeting.
Good evening, my brothers of DMLA Board of Advisors, and the DMLA Mom and Dad Advisors of the state of Florida. I bring you greetings. Most worshipful Tommy Turlington, also our Grand Line, and the 36,000 Masons of Florida. We wish you a successful conclave this year. I know, as well as you know, this year has been an extremely year of flexibility and will continue to do so throughout the year. Your virtual conclave is evidence that y'all are adapting to change. I congratulate you on thinking out of the box and making it work. Our fraternity this year has already seen changes, and we're going to see more changes to come. But I know by working together, communicating, and being accountable for what we need to do, we're going to make it work. To the 400 DMLAs of the state of Florida, I encourage you to reach out to other young men that you think would make you a good member and increase your membership. That's what we're doing as Masons as well. Our membership is very important to us. But the membership, we want them to be the right men, as well as you want to have the right young men to join your organization. This year is about communicating with the craft, accountability, and unity in our fraternity. And it pretty well is the same thing that you need to do too. Continue to communicate with one another, making sure that they're okay. Be accountable for your actions and be united in unity. Remember, one for all and all for one is indeed teamwork. Teamwork's what it's all about, working together and making our fraternity and your organization a stronger one. So again, on behalf of myself and our Grand Line and the 36,000 Masons, again, we congratulate you on your virtual DeMolay Conclave. Past Master Counselor, you have done an exceptionally well job. To the new State Master Counselor, I wish you all the luck in the world. Remember, be flexible, and it will work. We will get through this together. In closing, my brothers, may God bless our fraternity and your organization, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Brethren, I know it's not 9 o'clock, but we're going to do the 9 o'clock interpolation. Brethren, at this hour, all over our land, mothers are bending above the beds wherein lie the children they love. At this hour also, the guests in homes and hospitals are preparing for the hour of rest. Let us pause for a moment in our deliberations while the chaplain offers a prayer. Brother Chaplain, you will lead us in prayer.
Our Father, as sons of loving and indulgent parents, we invoke thy divine blessing upon all the fathers and mothers of our country and of all the world. And wilt thou pour out a special blessing for our mothers who have watched over us with unceasing care during all the years of our lives. We ask thy benediction upon all who labor for the relief of suffering and need. May we ever realize that we are brothers of the helpless and suffering, and rejoice in every call to the relief of pain or the alleviation of sorrow. Wilt thou help us to lead upright and patriotic lives worthy of the devotion of all who have labored for our beloved country in every field of sacrifice and service. Amen. Bless Mother,
God bless
God bless
Father,
Father,
God bless
God bless the
Father,
purposes
God
of
bless the purposes of DeMolay. Amen. I now declare the Florida jurisdictional chapter closed. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. I hope y'all enjoyed this conclave at home. I'd really like to thank everybody there in Hillsborough who put all this together, and the Blankenships, Dad Anthony, Dad Jody, Mom Athena, everybody. We couldn't have done this without y'all. You want to say anything? No. Yeah. God, look at him. Yeah.
I think Dad Mike wins.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.
Awesome.
There it is.
And there it is.
That worked.